Right, now that we've added our load patterns, we'll be adding the option to add a custom spectrum response function so that we can add some load combos afterwards. First, let's do the usual of adding some code to our form to prepare our worksheet. We'll set up a column for the response spectrum function periods and for the acceleration values. We'll also prepare a cell for the damping ratio. And let's just quickly run our user form and apply those changes to the worksheet. Alright, I already have a response spectrum function in another worksheet, so I'll just copy the values to our worksheet very quickly. Okay, let's now set up the function to add the response spectrum analysis to our model. We'll call it add_response_spectrum function, appropriately. It will receive the damping ratio, the function value count, the periods, and the accelerations. To add a new response spectrum function, we need to call the SetUser function that we can find in Functions, Definitions, Functions, and Response Spectrum. This can be used to add a user-defined function to our model that doesn't depend on any regional codes. It can still be used to define one of these, though, in that case, we should use any other of these listed functions on the left side of the API list. Let's call our response spectrum function user1 and provide it with our parameters. Next, we'll add a new load case for our custom response spectrum function. We'll have to first set it up as a blank load case. Then we can assign our loads to it. So, we can add a new load case with the setCase function in the load cases then response spectrum. This function only takes a name. If a response spectrum load case already exists with that name, then this function just resets it to the default state. Let's give it the name RSA, short for Response Spectrum Analysis. Let's declare a few variables, as usual, to set our loads for the new load case. We'll need an array for load names, function names, scale factors, coordinate systems, and angles. We'll set our load names to U1 and U2 to set the load directions. Then, both loads will be the same. They'll be assigned the custom response spectrum function. They'll both have 9.81 scale factor, which is the gravitational acceleration, and they'll both use the global coordinate system and have an angle of 0. Okay, all we need to do now is call the setLoads function that we'll find in load cases and then response spectrum. We'll assign our loads to the RSA response spectrum load case, and we'll give it our two loads that we just created. Alright, we'll do the same as last time and code a new function before we move on to test our code. Let's then create a new function to add load combos to our model. We'll call it, fittingly, add load combos. And our new function won't really require any input parameters. We only need to declare a return variable, and we'll get straight into declaring our load combos. We'll add two load combos, a ULS G for gravity loads, and a ULS Q for quakes. We can add these by using the add function in the response combo object of our SAP 2000 model. The add function takes a name and a combo type. The name parameter is simple enough, but let's look at the API documentation to see what this combo type is. Let's go to Functions, Definitions, and then Combinations. Here, we can see that the combo type can be any of these 5 listed values. Both our cases will be of the linear additive type, so we can just put a 0 on both. Okay, since we're already here, let's also have a look at the setCaseList function that we'll need to add load cases to our load combos. The setCase list takes the usual name parameter, a flag that indicates whether the next C name parameter is a load combo or a load case, and a scale factor for said load combo or load case. Let's set both our load combos then. First, to our ULS G, we'll add the dead, SuperDead, and live load cases, with multipliers of 1.35, 1.35, and 1.5 respectively. Then, we'll add the dead, SuperDead, live, and RSA load cases, with multipliers of 1, 1, 0.3, and 1 respectively. And that's all we need. Let's first call our new auxiliary functions on our main application function, and we'll be good to go. Now let's run our code and check that the response spectrum function and the load combos were correctly added to our model. Okay, let's go to the response spectrum functions menu to check if our custom function was added correctly. There we have our user1 function defined. We can check its values and confirm that they match what we have in our worksheet. Let's now check the load combos very quickly and confirm they're also correct. Here we have our two load combos defined. We can check that the correct load cases and their multipliers have been assigned just like we wanted. Next, to end this section of our course, we'll add some section cuts on every floor and run an analysis of our model.